Good afternoon and welcome to Heel and Toe. Today it's Python's suspension upgrade day. We'll be getting the Manthey arm upgrade kit fitted to the GT4. Okay guys, so we've got the Manthey arm kit here. This is the kit that I'll be fitting onto the car. And we'll just take a look at the bits. So we've got, over here we've got the top mounts, which go at the front part of the suspension. And then we've got the rear toe arms here. And we've got the front and rear shims. And then we've got these little bits here which add with the, help improve the aero. So basically this is the kit that will be fitted onto the car, and the main benefits are to help with stability, reduce understeer, stability in braking and acceleration. Okay, so let's take a look at let's compare the top mounts. So what we've got is, on the right we've got the standard top mount, and on the left we've got the Manthey top mount. Now the advantage of the Manthey top mount on the left is that the rose joint is off centre, so it allows more adjustment on the camber, whereas on the standard top mount the rose joint is centred, so it doesn't allow the same amount of adjustment. And if we take a look, guys have kindly set up the car to show me. So we've got the standard top mount here, and that's what it looks like at the moment. And the main benefit of the Manthey setup is it allows further adjustment of the camber. So that will be fitted shortly on the right hand side. As you can see, on the right hand side it's been taken out. Oops. I just got myself caught in my clothing on the car. Okay, so this is the. Let's try and take a closer look here. Actually, right, that's the top mount that's been removed, and the new one will be fitted there. So. Hi guys, so we're back to pick the car up. It's taken about a day and a half for the work to be done. So let's take a look and see what they've done. Okay guys, let's take a look at the new setup now. So the top mounts have been fitted. So I'll try and take a closer look for you. Let's see if we can get close up. Right. So you were saying this allows for how much camber on the front?
Obviously it's set to the Manthey setup, which we can't obviously.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
But it's,
right.
It's basically set up to a track day setup.
Okay.
For the Manthey MR GT4.
Right. So this. Right. Okay. So it's the Manthey MR track setup for the arm kit. So obviously it's their setting, so we can't really disclose that. It's what Manthey have specified. But you know, if it's good enough for Manthey, I'm sure it'll be good enough in my uncapable hands. Right, let's have a look and see what's been done here then. So
on the rear, you're obviously you're very limited on camber and toe adjustment. So we had a extra shim in the bottom arm.
Right.
With that, in respect, you run out of toe adjustment. So
yeah.
You've now got an adjustable, longer toe arm, which allows you to bring the toe back into specification.
Okay.
With just a little bit of towing on the rear. So that's where the Manthey set up for the rear of the vehicle, rear 718.
Okay. So what was that? The other bit of the kit that you mentioned? Correct me if I'm wrong. There was those aero bits. Where did they go?
The aero bits are on the rear bumper.
Right. Okay. So it's probably it's going to be hard to get, is it?
Yeah.
Under camera.
It's literally just that air.
Okay.
Air deflector on the back there.
Okay. What was that doing? That's because the wheels come out, is it?
It's just an aero benefit.
It's for aero.
Developed.
Okay.
It's actually a Volkswagen part, but.
So that's for aerodynamics now to do.
Yeah, it's not a massive gain, but yeah.
Okay. All right. So those are the three main bits then. So we got the mounts at the front, we got the arms at the back, and we got the aero bits here, and then the other bits were the shims, right?
Yep, so you've
Right.
got, you've always got an added shim on your lower arm at the rear.
Okay, it's going to be
which
difficult.
allows
To get.
extra
Okay.
cab on the back of the vehicle, which is this section here.
Okay.
So you've got a bigger shim.
Right.
And then obviously fitting that shim, you run out of toe adjustment.
Okay.
So it's majorly towing
Okay.
out. So that's why you've got a longer adjustable toe arm,
Right.
which allows you to bring the toe back into spec.
Okay.
And then set to the MR toe adjustment that
Okay.
they recommend.
Okay. Thank you very
And then
much.
on the front as well,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
obviously got your top mounts on the front.
Right.
And an extra shim as well in the bottom arm on the front of the vehicle, which is
Okay.
up there.
Oh, can I get it? Where are we going?
So,
Okay, I'll just explain why I upgraded the suspension on the GT4. I was looking to improve the handling for track work, so I started to look around for different options, and luckily in the UK there are quite a few options, starting from fast road geometry setups to full-blown shocks and springs, as in a suspension replacement kits. So it led me to look at, the Manthey kit. I went with the Manthey kit because it was like one step before a full-blown suspension upgrade. The thing I like about it is it gives you that geometry setup for the track. So I plan to do track days using that to get a feel for it, and then I'll review it, and then maybe later on I'll go for a full-blown suspension upgrade. But at the moment, I think it's a good first step, and I'll test it and see how it goes. I've managed to test the suspension I've been driving for about 30 miles on country lanes. Now, although that's not the same as driving on track, it still gives you, you can still get to feel the changes in how the car should drive with the upgraded suspension. So the main benefits that I've found is, the first thing that's hit me is the lack of understeer. I mean, set up originally, it's not, the GT4 is not really prone to too much understeer, but you still feel some of it. If you're going in a fast corner, you can still feel it gradually pushing out. And on some of the on some of my favourite corners on the lanes, it's just amazing the difference that I'm feeling. It just grips and takes the corner, and it doesn't push you out wide. So it just feels like there's no understeer whatsoever. It's quite a remarkable change. So I've really enjoyed that part of it. The way that the understeer has kind of been brushed out with the new setup. The other thing that I've found is it gives you better steering feel. So it's a bit harder to explain, but it seems that the steering is more sensitive now to my inputs, so that when I'm mid-corner, for example, it feels like you've got a bit more control mid-corner. So if you want to change the direction mid-corner, it lets you do that, whereas before I don't think you had that same ability with the standard setup. So that is another, that's another thing that I'm feeling is really good, and it's a lot of fun actually. Taking some of the roundabouts and then adjusting the steering through the corner is a lot of fun. It makes it feel like a go-kart. So I'm impressed with the steering feel and the lack of understeer. And the other thing I was finding is that due to the fact that you're not feeling that understeer and you're feeling more in control, coming up to a corner, it's confidence inspiring. Whereas before, I'd feel that the car would wash out a little bit, so it'll be at the back of your mind when you're approaching a corner quickly. Whereas now, because you feel there's more grip and there's less understeer, you feel like you could take that corner quicker, and it's more stable while you're taking that corner. So overall it's much better. It gives you much better feedback through the steering wheel. So it's definitely, from my perspective, it's definitely worth the upgrade. Whether it's worth it if you're just using the GT4 on road, I'm not sure. Possibly. I mean, if you want to improve it just for road driving, if you're using the GT4 just on the road, maybe it'd be worth getting a fast, just a geometry change on its own, and see how it goes from there. But to be honest with you, with this setup, I'm glad that I've got it, and I'm noticing the difference on the road itself. So to me, it's worth it, even though it's a bit more expensive than just a standard geometry setup. I need to take it on track. That's my main purpose for the car. So my favourite track is actually the Nürburgring. So I'm waiting for things to clear up in the UK so that we can actually take the car over. And I think that'll be the real test. But so far on road driving, it's a definite improvement. I'm really enjoying it.